It's 1815. The Duke of Wellington is hidden behind a ridge at Waterloo, completely invisible to Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon is blind and about to launch a disastrous cavalry charge. But then a high-pitched buzz cuts through the smoke. 300 feet in the air, a 4K camera is live-streaming Wellington's entire hidden army directly to Napoleon's iPad. If the French Emperor had access to just one modern drone, the map of the world today would look completely unrecognizable. Here is exactly how a $500 piece of plastic would have changed history. On June 18th, the mud of Waterloo, pronounced Waterloo locally, is slick with blood and rain. Napoleon faces the ultimate crisis of his military career. The British lines under Wellington are holding stubbornly on the ridge ahead. But in this timeline, Napoleon isn't staring through a brass telescope. Instead, he looks down at a tactical tablet. High above the smoke, cutting through the torrential downpour, hovers a single drone. Its thermal lenses are locked onto the tree line miles away. The illusion of 19th century warfare is shattered. History is about to be rewritten by a machine weighing less than 10 pounds. In reality, the Battle of Waterloo was a tragedy of missing information. Napoleon's strategy relied on a simple idea: smash the British army before their Prussian allies, led by Marshal Blücher, could arrive to save them. Napoleon had sent 33,000 men under Marshal de Grouchy to intercept the Prussians, but de Grouchy lost them in the fog of war. Napoleon believed he had hours to spare. He delayed his main assault until almost noon, waiting for the mud to dry so his heavy artillery could move. It was a fatal mistake. Unbeknownst to the French, Blücher's vanguard was already marching through the dense forest, moving directly toward Napoleon's exposed right flank. By the time the French realized the Prussians had arrived, the trap had sprung. The First French Empire died in the mud, but information changes everything. Imagine the tactical reality shift. It is 9 a.m. The battle has not yet begun. Napoleon launches a modern drone equipped with infrared sensors and an optical zoom. The thick cloud cover and heavy rain that blinded French scouts mean nothing to thermal imaging. On the glowing screen inside the Imperial tent, Napoleon doesn't just see trees. He sees heat signatures, thousands of them, moving rapidly through the woods to the east. He sees Blücher's Prussian columns moving hours ahead of schedule. The fog of war evaporates in an instant. Dropping 21st century tech into a 19th century war room would completely blow the minds of most generals, but not Napoleon. Remember, this guy was a math prodigy and an artillery officer. He wouldn't look at a drone and think it was black magic. He'd instantly realize it was the ultimate cheat code to victory. With that perfect battlefield intelligence, Napoleon acts instantly. He cancels the delayed noon assault. So, instead of waiting for the mud to dry, Napoleon completely changes the plan. He sends a courier with exact GPS-style coordinates to Marshal Grouchy, telling him to pivot left and slam the door on the exact paths the Prussians are using. At the same time, Napoleon moves his elite Imperial Guard to form an absolute brick wall on his right flank, well before the first Prussian soldier even steps out of the trees. Up on the ridge, Wellington is watching this in total confusion. The French army is reacting to moves the British didn't even think they could see. When the Prussians finally burst out of the woods at 1 p.m., they don't find a weak French flank. Instead, they walk directly into a total meat grinder of pre-aimed French heavy artillery. The Prussian attack is crushed before it even starts. With his flank completely safe, Napoleon unleashes his cavalry straight into Wellington's exhausted center. The British line snaps. Wellington retreats to the coast. Napoleon wins Waterloo. One tiny piece of modern tech takes all the guesswork out of one of the biggest battles in history. By turning a blind gamble into a simple math problem, the entire map of Europe is rewritten. The British Empire is crushed before it can even take over the world, and the French Empire rules for another generation. French could have become the de facto global language. So, what piece of modern tech should we drop into history next? What if Julius Caesar had WhatsApp or the captain of the Titanic scrolled through Reddit? Let us know in the comments below and hit that subscribe button so you're the first to know the next time we hack history.